Carolina is sitting at 20-6, 8-5 in the conference, man, and we're in a pretty precarious position right now, if you will. Caleb Wilson's definitely out. We've got no idea if Henri Vesar is going to return or not. Carolina's backcourt was absolutely exposed against NC State, and a trip to a sneaky, tough Syracuse team is on deck, man. Can Carolina bounce back? Huddle up.
You don't want none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel, and welcome to the men's department of Carolina basketball, baby. And in this huddle, man, we're going to talk about Carolina's trip up to the Syracuse Orange for a really important matchup, man. Carolina's got 5 games left in the regular season to improve their ACC tournament seeding and their NCAA tournament resume, and they're at least going to have to do it for a while without C-Dub, possibly Henri Vesar. And what we saw during the NC State game has got me writhing in my stinking chair just thinking about it, man. But before we get into the details of this one, man, do me a solid as we come down the stretch of the 2025-2026 campaign. Punch that stinking like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, man, so that you'll be notified every time this Tar makes a Carolina basketball video. Live reaction and watch party this Saturday at 1 p.m., man. Big game for the Heels. So come and hang out with your boys to see if the Heels can handle the Cuse for a second time this year. And of course, as always, man, much love to the Huddle hooligans for all their continued support. Love you guys. All right. Let's finally get into this thing, man. As you guys remember, Carolina beat the Cuse by 10 a couple of weeks ago. Carolina had a 32-point second half lead. About 10 minutes left, they had a 32-point lead. And that thing was cut down to 4 before they were able to kind of fend off the Orange, man, and win by 10. And it was almost one of the more embarrassing letdowns probably in program history. Caleb and Henri combined for 39 points and 20 boards in that game. Good chance that kind of production is what Carolina is going to be missing as they head up north. Now, the Cuse just got absolutely mollywopped by Duke, 101-64 in Durham. But they have been fairly competitive, man, up until then, beating SMU and Cal in double overtime. 2 teams that Carolina's lost to, and taking L's to Carolina and UVA like we just talked about in their last 5 games. So here is the tale of the tape leading up to this one. Carolina's averaging 80.9 points per game to Syracuse's 76 even. Carolina's giving up 70.9 to Syracuse's 73.2. Both teams are shooting 47% from the field. Carolina's averaging 38.8 rebounds per game to Syracuse's 34.8. Carolina's averaging 16.5 assists per game to Syracuse's 13.1. Carolina's averaging 3.5 blocks per game to Cuse's 6.3. And Carolina's averaging 5.5 steals to Syracuse's 6.6. Now, this game is going to be completely different than the first one, okay? Can't even really compare the two because we're going to be looking at this one from the perception of, Henri Vesar and Caleb Wilson are not going to be playing in this game. I know this is going to sound crazy, but it might even be in our best interest, man, to get the ball inside to Zayden High and let him muck it up, dude. He had 13 points and 10 boards and limited touch-ins against the Wolfpack. But crazy enough, it seemed like that was actually our best offense in that NC State game. The offense was very stagnant. There wasn't a lot of movement. And I just don't know if we're going to see the same thing or not. Is that what kind of offense we're going to run without Henri Vesar and Caleb Wilson in the lineup? Because there was a lot to be left desired. I think that I said that the correct way. Got to have Jaren be aggressive in this game. He was not nearly assertive enough in Raleigh, man, and we need him to be the guy when he touches the ball. I probably am going to go with Jonathan Powell. Probably needs a start at the 3. I just had a little bit more bounce in his step than Luka, who continues to put the ball on the floor instead of just letting it rip off the catch. Just want that guy to catch and shoot, and I've been saying that for a couple of games, and seems like that is just not going to be in the cards, if you will, for him. So I'd like to see him come off the bench, start Jonathan Powell. I just feel like he had a little bit more juice, if you will. Seth has got to get to the stinking rim, period. And when he gets to the rim, he's got to finish. He's been kind of really bad here lately, man, of missing some bunnies, dude, especially since that Duke game. And I don't really know what situation is going on there, but we need him to step up because it's definitely crunch time, and he's going to have to be a guy who's going to have to score consistently. And then Derek Dixon, man, as well as he's played at times, he cannot take 10 daggum threes in this one. He is literally 2 out of 18 since the Duke game. 2 out of 18 in his last 3 games, dude. That is 11% from 3. You know, that's just not going to cut it, man. And I would agree with a lot of people that I'd like to see Dennis get a little bit of love in this one, man. I don't know what else it's going to hurt at this point, especially with the amount of injuries we've got in the lineup. Although I do kind of find it hard to believe that he's going to be some sort of game changer at this point, and that HD has just buried him on the bench, regardless of his ability to really, you know, make a difference in the basketball game. I don't know, but I'd like to see him get an opportunity. Defensively, once again, High's going to have to stay out of foul trouble while providing some sort of resistance to Donnie Freeman around the rim, dude. He scored 23 in the last game. Donnie Freeman, that is. Nathan George, JJ Starling, and Nate Kings, these are all guys that can put the ball in the bucket on any given night. And Carolina has got to do a better job, man, of staying in front of these guys, especially on the perimeter. The perimeter defense, dude, has been hot garbage for not just this year, man, for years now. And opposing teams really are getting what they want with little resistance out at the top. So Carolina needs to come into this game with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. You know, a little bit of something to prove based off of what we saw in Raleigh, because if they drop this one, man, I think it's a bad omen moving forward without our bigs in the lineup. Now, the ESPN matchup indicator gives the Hills a 61.6% chance of beating the Cuse, and I don't think that that really takes in consideration what Carolina is missing. Part of me thinks that we come into this game as underdogs, to be completely honest with you. Syracuse has guys that can actually score. Carolina hasn't played the greatest defense. The towers that, you know, could maybe provide some kind of resistance out there by the rim, man, they're going to be missing from the paint. And that is exactly where NC State destroyed us. And you can imagine Donnie Freeman's going to be down there trying to eat himself when he looks at the game film. And one has to wonder where in the hell the offense is going to come from us, man, just to be completely honest with you. It's a winnable game. One that we need to win for sure, but Carolina's going to have to stink and show me on the road, man, where we are 3-5, and that includes the majority of those games with Caleb Wilson and Henri Vesar in the lineup, and it doesn't bode well considering that those are our best players, and they more than likely will not be available in this game. So you let me know what you think about this game down in the comment section, Tar Heel Nation. Can Carolina do what they did against Pitt on the road? Or will they clam up and be ice cold on the road like they were in Raleigh? Before you get out of here, man, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the daggum channel. Win, lose, or draw, it is always a great day to be a stinking Tar Heel. And as we always say on the way out, man, go to hell Duke and go to hell State. And we'll see you at the watch party, baby. Go Hills.